Hey Vacay Baes, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I am all dressed up for Halloween. Sorry that the lighting is so bad. I promise it's better throughout the actual video. I'm not going to be talking through this one, just showing you guys what I'm doing to transform into Miss Raven from Teen Titans. Yes, she was that girl. If you're looking to do this look, I just kind of walked you through how I did my version of Raven's makeup. So let's just jump right into it.
Alright guys, so I'm going to start off with my Milk Hydro Grip Hydrating Primer. I'm just going to take about a dime to nickel size amount, just rub that all over my face. I love how this primer feels. It's hydrating as it says. It's like a jelly consistency. It just makes your face feel so good and smooth. Next, I'm going to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Brow Cheat Eyebrow Pencil. This is refillable and I actually broke mine. So as you guys can see, I had the actual insert just fall out and I'm like, all right, how am I going to do my eyebrows? Popped it back in. It reminds me of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer if you've used that before. And then just keep on going. You know, we got to work with what we got. So I'm just going in how I normally do, creating those hair-like strokes, but making them a little bit thicker and darker. I wanted a bit more of a dark, dramatic brow since Raven does have those angular brows. Her brows are very dark. So just reminding myself we are doing Halloween makeup, but trying to keep it as close to my natural brow shape as possible. Now I'm going in with the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter Clear Gel, and this stuff is literally nothing to play with. This will concrete your brows, keep them so set. This is actually how I broke my brow pencil, so just watch out when you're using this. Next, going in with the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Chestnut, applying a thin layer underneath my brows so that I can carve out just that under brow area. I'm not going to do the top part. I only like to carve underneath my brows using a flat brush. This concealer is also going to be the base for our eyeshadow, so I'm just bringing that down over the eye, blending it out on both lids. Starting on my eyes, I have my old trusty Morphe 39A Dare to Create palette using the shade Canvas as my transition shade. I'm just going to be blending this out all over my lid. Now this brush, I don't remember what it's called. I actually got it in a brush set from Morphe, but any large fluffy brush will do the trick. Jumping straight into the liner, we've got the Sephora Long Lasting Eyeliner with the High Precision brush. I absolutely love this liner. It is so black, and you'll see that once you see me turn to the side. Who would Raven be without her big, long, dramatic liner? So I was trying to figure out how long I actually wanted to make this, keeping the thickness in mind because we actually are applying purple over top of this liner, so it'll naturally be thicker. How I map out my liner is just by looking at the tail of my brow, creating a bottom line. I'll just pull it straight out, and then once I have that pulled out, I just go from the end of that liner and pull it immediately back. So you can determine how thick you want this to be, but I just use that as like a roadmap. pulling it all the way back across my eye, and then going in and filling it in with the liner. Next up, we've got the Morphe 35V Artistry palette. I'm gonna go in with this deep plum color Power Slayer and a little small like pencil type brush, applying this color right on top of that liner. So the goal is to thicken up the liner or make it look like 2 layers, almost like a 2-tone liner. And this is really gonna bring some more dimension to that look. Now, since this was my first time trying this, as I was applying this color, I realized it wasn't as pigmented as I would like. So I ended up going back in with the NYX Epic Smoke Liner in the shade White Smoke. I actually got this from Target for a different look, and it ended up coming in clutch. So I just put that all over where we just did that plum color, that Power Slayer. Just trying to create more of a base, like a sticky coating, so that I could go back in with Power Slayer and have that pop out a little bit more. So once I felt like I had a thick enough line, I just went right back in and tapped it over, and you see how instantly that color is just kind of popping out. So I just went in, dab, 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 blend it out. I didn't want to blend over top of that black liner, so that's why I'm being a little bit cautious with it. But just immediately you can see the color on my left eye is so much darker than that on the right. So I went in, did this eye to my liking, and then matched the right. Next color we're using from the same palette is going to be this sparkly purple called Grape Expectations. And I learned from my liner mistake and was like, let me go ahead and put this White Smoke liner in my waterline before applying that sparkly purple to really make it pop. So I went ahead, did that, used the same pencil with that sparkly Grape Expectations, and I'm just gonna give myself a little bit of color underneath. As you can see, I kind of pull my eye down to help me with this, and my eyes do water a little bit during this process, so I waited until we were done with this part to go in and finish my liner. So I'll take that same liner and just bring it down. We kind of almost want it to create like a peak in that corner of your eye. So what we're trying to do is just create that smize effect, kind of bring out more of a siren eye look, because we are Raven at the end of the day. So we definitely want to bring that attitude. Completing the eye look, I have these Russian D-curl lashes that I got from Amazon. Going in with this middle pair, I'm using the Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive and going in first with my Milk Kush High Volumizing Mascara. This mascara brush is so fluffy, I absolutely love it, and it's very, very black. As always, you want to make sure you're applying your lash glue directly to the strip, letting it sit until it gets clear and tacky, and then I just use tweezers. Sometimes I just use my fingers, so you'll see me go back and forth. But just sticking it on as comfortably and as close to that lash line as possible. The thick liner really helps because it kind of hides where that lash line is. Now y'all know it wouldn't be a video with me if there wasn't some comedy in here, so I thought my lashes were so stuck that I was doing such a good job. I got a regular lash brush, like for extensions, and I'm like, I'm gonna brush through these, right? Start to brush, pulled the lash right off my freaking eye. I still can't believe that. So I actually just went in with the residual glue and just pop that bad boy right on. So that just goes to show you that this Kiss lash glue is really the truth, because I didn't even have to add any more on. I just placed it right where I had it. Luckily, it was still a little bit tacky. It wasn't all the way dry. So we were good to go. But I was like, really? Next, for the base makeup, going in with the Fenty Beauty Eaze Drop Blurring Skin Tint in the shade 20, and I'm just applying a line on each cheek and then a little line on my forehead. That's usually enough for me. With my damp beauty blender, I'm going in and just tapping it out, blending it out all over my face. Using that same NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer from earlier, once again in the shade Chestnut, I'm going to put a little bit in the corner of my eye, on the end of my eye, on both sides. I just like to do a little bit on my forehead. I'm not a huge concealer girl. I don't really use much on my nose just because I don't know how to contour my nose just yet. I have a very long, like, prominent nose, so I don't feel like I need to bring so much attention to it. But yeah, just blending underneath that Grape Expectation shade that we had and just trying to create a sharper line for that liner. Once I finished blending, I realized I wanted a little bit more of a highlight, so I went back in with just a tad more concealer to give me a little bit more pop underneath my eye. Bringing the color back into my face, we've got the Fenty Beauty Cheeks Out Cream Bronzer in the shade Chocolate. I absolutely love the formula of this bronzer, and this is an old bronzer too. It's actually still kicking. So I just take a little bit on my finger, put some on both cheekbone area, like right underneath, not a lot. And then we'll go in on the forehead, and then I like to put 2 lines underneath that jaw. Using a fluffy angled brush, I'm just gonna go in how I normally do and blend that out. To set my concealer, we've got the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. Woo, that is a mouthful. I left out the loose setting powder. It's just so long. So I took some on my beauty blender. I was like, ooh, I think I put a little bit too much, but this stuff is so light that even when you put a little bit too much, you can just blend it out. Me personally, I like to press mine into my makeup because I just feel like that makes it stay a little bit longer for me. And yeah, I'm just gonna do that underneath each eye and then also on my forehead, basically anywhere that we applied concealer. I'll also take a little bit with that edge and just kind of go underneath my contoured line right there where I did the bronzer, just to make that pop as well. And of course, after we've baked for a little bit, brushing it out with a nice large fluffy brush. I don't know what I was dancing to, but you know, when you got the tunes on, you're getting ready. Whatever it was, I was into it. I think it might have been Nudie. And like I said, I like to press my powder into my foundation. So as much as I'm wiping it off, you see I'm also pressing it in. We're gonna go ahead and set with a setting mist. I have my Morphe continuous setting mist that I use each time, and I just spray this shit all over. I'm very generous with it. It smells good. I love how it feels on my face. And then once I've sprayed that in, I'll go back in with that big fluffy brush and kind of press it in, also using that beauty blender. I feel like that just keeps my makeup looking a lot more dewy. Now we wouldn't be Raven without her gem, so I actually went to Joann Fabric. I got this sticker sheet. So these little gems already have like a sticky backing to it, but it's supposed to stick to paper, not skin. So I used the same Kiss Lash Extension Glue. Why do I keep saying extension glue? Lash adhesive that we used for our eyelashes. And I'm just gonna put some on the back of that gem, let it dry, blow it off. This actually was a really hard process. As you can see, I was struggling. I dropped the gem like 2-3 times. Like every time I tried to put it on, I just kept dropping it. So I was struggling. I will say this was the hardest part. Once I finally got it, I was like, all right, I'm just gonna place the red part of the gem on my finger and just stick it right on my forehead. Dropped it again. Look at me struggling. So once I finally got it, I just pressed it right on. Now, once I pressed it, it was stuck. So make sure you know, like, this is the center of my forehead. This is exactly where I want it. And then I just went in and placed the other ones in that triangular shape.
So the makeup is done. As you can see, I got these to stick. I have extras, so I've got extras and I've got the lash glue with me. So if it does decide to do that, you know, we'll go from there. I'm gonna do my top lip with this matte black. The tights that I have on and my outfit, I'll show you guys in a second. As you can see, I already have my cape on. I have my bodysuit on. The tights ripped, or the stockings, they ripped, so I might have to switch to these white ones. So I don't know. I have like this MAC Heroin, that OG type purpley pink, and then I've got this Kat Von D. This is like a darker purple. This is a Stay Matte liquid lip color from, I don't even know who this is from, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I just got it from Walgreens. And I don't have a lip liner, so bitch, is that rain? Let me say something. This is so dry. That's how you know this is old. I don't hate it. Ooh, did not mean to do that. All right, I really hope y'all can see me. So I've got this black bodysuit on. I've got my little belt, you know. The black keeps getting on, like it's just getting everywhere. I've got my cape on, you know, the long cape, the tights, and my Vans because I'm not wearing heels. So I don't know what's going on right now, but if you have stayed with me through this, you are the realest of a real one. And thank you for watching me get ready and just on this journey with me. Tonight's scent is none other than MFK Baccarat, because Raven was just that girl. She was a very bad bitch, and so you need a very strong bad bitch scent. Let me put my cape on. Thanks. Getting into character, getting very moody, very attitude-y. Okay, body is giving what she's supposed to give. We'll see if my tights stay on. I'll have my extra pair. Even though I definitely think that the look could have came out a lot better, I don't think it came out bad at all, especially for me being rushed. I'm actually kind of feeling her. So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, please, 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 if you like this video, please like, Comment down below, let me know what you want to see. Share, give me some exposure, subscribe so you can be a Vacay Bae, and I will see you guys in the next video. Love ya.